A humble request for all our amazing guests. We are 2 minutes short of getting started with the third Pakistan Remittance Summit. Please make your way to your seats so that we can begin. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is history in the making. 𝑬𝒗𝒆𝒏𝒕𝒔. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very warm welcome to all our esteemed guests at the third Pakistan Remittance Summit. It's certainly history in the making. And before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for the recitation of the Holy Quran. And to do the honors, I would like to invite Imam Hafiz Yasin Qadri. Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر. سبحان الله عما يشركون. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء. هو الله الخالق البارئ يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is requested to please kindly rise on occasion of national anthems. Thank you.
𝑬𝒗𝒆𝒏𝒕𝒔. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be present right in front of you on the occasion of the 3rd Pakistan Remittance Summit 2023. With me, before I speak about myself, I would like to introduce my wonderful co-host, who happens to be Ms. Sophie Anjum. She's a radio broadcaster, not just that, she's a TV personality back home over there in Pakistan, a budding entrepreneur, and an overseas Pakistani herself. Thank you so much, Sophie. It's an honor to host the 3rd Pakistan Remittance Summit besides you.
Thank you very much, Shehzad. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, and a very good evening to all of you. My, quite a bit of an introduction right there. But before we jump into it, I'd like to introduce Shehzad Khan as well, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for me to be standing next to this gentleman over here because he is a very talented individual. He hosts so many shows on TV, on ground as well, and definitely makes the country proud. So always a pleasure and a privilege to be hosting in front of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, which is why, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, Assalamu alaikum. And thank you so much, the Honorable Chief Guest, His Excellency Syed Ahsan Raza Shah, the Pakistan's High Commissioner to Malaysia, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed participants, good evening to you, and assalamu alaikum once again. Let's begin now. It is truly an honor, as I've mentioned, to stand before you at the 3rd Pakistan Remittance Summit, an event that not only marks the present landscape of financial transactions, but also propels us into the future of remittance.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a tradition of sorts that I always do. It is a quotation that I always include. And I thought that before we begin, as all Pakistanis usually do, they quote from the great Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So he said something which actually stood by me, and goes something like this, that we must be prepared to face all difficulties and consequences, make all the sacrifices that may be required of us to achieve the goal we have set in. And it was sent in, of course, and it was said by Muhammad Ali Jinnah and the founder of Pakistan. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, today we gather here to explore, discuss, and envision the ever-evolving dynamics of remittance and its profound impact on Pakistan's economy. The theme for this summit, the future of remittance, underscores the transformative power that financial transactions hold in shaping the economic trajectory of Pakistan as we navigate the challenges and opportunities in this rapidly changing landscape. It is crucial for us to collaborate, share insights, and collectively work towards innovative solutions.
Not just that, Sophie, in an era characterized by globalization, the flow of remittances plays a pivotal role in sustaining economies around the world. And Pakistan is no exception. Our diaspora spread across the globe contributes significantly to the economic growth and stability of our nation. Today's summit provides us with a unique platform to delve into the intricacies of this vital financial lifeline.
Absolutely, and we have gathered some of the brightest minds, ladies and gentlemen, industry leaders and experts in the field to share their knowledge, experiences, and vision for the future. And together, we will explore the latest technologies, regulatory frameworks, and best practices that will define the next chapter in the realm of remittance.
Exactly, which is why the choices we make today will shape the financial landscape of tomorrow. I encourage each and every one of you to actively engage, network, and contribute your unique perspectives. And before we move any further, we do have a few dignitaries we would like to welcome, a few VIPs who've actually participated in the 3rd Pakistan Remittance Summit 2023. Would you like to do that, Sophie?
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, His Excellency Syed S. Raza Shah, the High Commissioner of Pakistan to Malaysia. Huge round of applause for him. Thank you very much, sir, for gracing the events with your presence. As always, it is appreciated. Mr. Muhammad Adil, Deputy High Commissioner. Thank you very much, sir, for gracing the events with your presence as well. High appreciated from our side. Dr. Asif Ali, Director, Exchange Policy Department, State Bank of Pakistan. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Zulfiqar Ali Khokhr, the Head of Pakistan Remittance Initiative. Thank you so very much, sir. And as they say, last but certainly not the least, Ms. Amna Shabbir, the representative of the Ministry of Finance, Government of Pakistan. Thank you very much, ma'am. Yes, so moving on, ladies and gentlemen, let us not only understand the challenges ahead, but also seize the opportunities that lie within them. Thank you all for being a part of this momentous occasion, and we are confident that the insights gained during this summit will pave the way for a brighter, more resilient future for remittance in Pakistan.
Indeed, Sophie, which is why I believe that it's about time that I invite my worthy guests over here on the stage to officially inaugurate the 3rd Pakistan Remittance Summit 2023. Please be with me, ladies and gentlemen. First up, I would like to invite His Excellency Syed S. Raza Shah, Pakistan's High Commissioner to Malaysia, our chief guest for today on the stage. Alongside him, I'm going to request the Head of Pakistan Remittance Initiative, State Bank of Pakistan, Mr. Zulfiqar Ali Khokhr, to please join us over here on the stage. Alongside, I would like to invite the representative of the Ministry of Finance, Government of Pakistan, Ms. Amna Shabbir, to please join us on the stage.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So, sir, you do see this globe right in front of you. We are going to say 3, 2, 1, and you collectively just put your hands onto it, and we will officially inaugurate the 3rd Pakistan Remittance Summit 2023. Can we all say 3, 2, 1 together?
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
that's how we need to do it. 3, 2, 1.
Let's do this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, officially, we have now inaugurated the 3rd Pakistan Remittance Summit 2023. right here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. The magic touch, as they say. And right here on stage, ladies and gentlemen, you can see His Excellency Syed Ehsan Raza Shah, Mr. Zulfiqar Ali Khokhr, and Miss Amna Shabbir now on stage.
Exactly, which is why thank you so much. I'm going to request Ms. Amna and Mr. Khokhr to please step down and take your seat. I'm going to request the Honorable Chief Guest to stay with us. Bear with us for a minute, sir, because we would like you to be on the mic as well. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, it is our distinct honor and privilege to introduce a distinguished diplomat who has held numerous diplomatic assignments in Pakistan missions abroad, representing our country in countries such as Colombo, Riyadh, Kabul, Abu Dhabi, and Glasgow. Notably, he served as ambassador to Qatar from 2019 to 2022, and in addition to his overseas assignments, he has also served as the additional secretary at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Islamabad. Shehzad, not just that, currently he holds the esteemed position of High Commissioner of Pakistan to Malaysia since August this year, a role in which he continues to represent Pakistan with distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to a seasoned diplomat, a visionary leader, and esteemed guest of honor, His Excellency Syed Ehsan Raza Shah, High Commissioner of Pakistan to Malaysia. And of course, he would be setting the tone for the event today. Thank you.
So please.
Thank you very much once again for your very kind words. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Dr. Asif Ali, Director, Exchange Policy Department, State Bank of Pakistan. Mr. Zulfiqar Ali Khokhr, Head of Pakistan Remittance Initiative. Senior officials of leading commercial banks, representatives of financial institutions from across the globe, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. At the outset, let me extend a very warm welcome to the distinguished guests from Pakistan, as well as representatives and partners of Pakistani banks across the globe, as well as from Malaysia at the 3rd Pakistan Remittance Summit organized by the State Bank of Pakistan in collaboration with the top 8 commercial banks of Pakistan. I'm grateful to the State Bank of Pakistan for having selected Kuala Lumpur for the 3rd part of the summit. There must have been many other choices, but I think having selected Malaysia goes a long way in projecting Malaysia as one of the leading, where more Pakistanis have been coming in recent months than as compared to many other countries, the traditional countries where Pakistani diaspora is located. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan's bilateral relations with Malaysia are manifested in time, history, and our common shared values. We proudly cherish the strong cultural and religious linkages with our brothers and sisters in Malaysia. Another very strong manifestation of our bilateral relationship is the presence of an estimated 150,000 and probably more Pakistanis who are actively contributing in the development and progress of our brotherly countries. And these 150,000 are a part of the overall more than 8 million, estimated to be 9 million overseas Pakistanis who are contributing to the development of our motherland by sending remittances back home. Ladies and gentlemen, the human resource reservoir of Pakistan make our country a top destination for labor market for many countries in the world, including Malaysia. Pakistani diaspora has contributed to Pakistan's development and prosperity. In order to facilitate our diaspora across the world, the High Commission and embassies of Pakistan have always remained supportive. We have observed that the basic requirement for Pakistani workers is a reliable and convenient banking channel so that they may send their savings back home safely. While Pakistan has excellent banking arrangements and banking channels with many countries that provide easy and reliable cross-border money transfer facilities. There are some places where some more needs to be done. This High Commission has been exploring the possibility of enhancing such better banking channels between Pakistan and Malaysia. We have also been guiding our diaspora on the initiatives of the government of Pakistan on remittances. For that purpose, we have organized several sessions and webinars on Roshan digital accounts with the support of the State Bank and other commercial banks of Pakistan. We have held several webinars on RDA and several interactions between the High Commission and banks in Pakistan to facilitate the requirements of the Pakistani diaspora in this country. Over the years, remittance networks have evolved from traditional modes of transfer to digital modes. The rise of digital remittances has provided a wider opportunity for overseas Pakistanis to avoid illegal channels of money transfers. Interbank connections and cross-border banking channels have provided many options for money transactions. However, remittances, legal remittances, face many challenges and barriers such as high transaction costs, lack of access to formal channels, regulatory hurdles, security risks, and low financial literacy. These factors discourage many overseas Pakistanis from using the formal and legal channels for sending their savings back home, and instead are forced to resort to informal and illegal channels such as hawala and hundi, which are not only insecure, unsafe, and unreliable, but also deprive the country of valuable foreign exchange and tax revenue. The Pakistan Remittance Initiative, therefore, of the State Bank of Pakistan is a comprehensive and holistic strategy to facilitate and enhance the flow of remittances through formal channels. Today's session primarily aims to establish links and connections between Pakistani, Malaysian, and international financial institutions and banking partners. I believe that the cluster of potential financial institutions may provide innovative solutions for money transactions between Pakistan and the partner countries. Ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan is one of the most prominent emerging economies of the region with a consumer base of more than 220 million and a prime location at the heart of Asia. The country's ideal location gives it access to all the growing markets of the world. In order to capitalize on its strategic location, Pakistan has adopted liberal and investor-friendly policies, which include proactive facilitation, guarantees of equal treatment to both local and foreign investors, easy tariff structures, and a liberal regime on repatriation of profits. Over the years, the financial sector of Pakistan has remained one of the best performing sectors in our region. The banking sector has shown robust performance, and so have the stock markets. With regards to bilateral trade between Pakistan and Malaysia, Pakistani businesses have availed of the significant opportunity to enhance their exports to Malaysia as Malaysian businesses seek new partners and adjusted their supply chains. Deepening trade ties with Pakistan aligns with the current policy of Malaysia to enhance its food security. Besides food and related products, Pakistan also has much to offer to Malaysia due to our large industrial manufacturing base that includes textiles, pharmaceuticals, technology, including software development, electronics manufacturing, chemical manufacturing, and construction industry. Besides, with a large consumer base of, as I said, more than 220 million, the country's stock market, which today, in the past couple of weeks, has been the best performing stock market in the world, and its hospitality and retail sectors offer investors potentially high and attractive returns. Despite, however, the Malaysia-Pakistan Comprehensive Economic Agreement, the Free Trade Agreement, and bilateral trade is still not fully commensurate with the level of political relations, which can partly be attributed to the lack of financial instrument and linkages at the level they need to be. I am sure that engagements such as one this afternoon will help stimulate and significantly enhance these financial sector linkages to the level that they deserve to be. I am certain that the PRI summit today will inshallah provide a sound foundation and impetus to further enhancement of a mutually beneficial relationship between the financial institutions around the world with Pakistani banks. My gratitude once again to the State Bank of Pakistan, the representatives of leading Pakistani banks, and all of you, ladies and gentlemen from across the world, and the representative of Ministry of Finance from Pakistan present here today, whose invaluable support has made today's event possible and inshallah very successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was His Excellency Syed Ehsan Raza Shah, the High Commissioner of Pakistan to Malaysia. And of course, he did set the tone for the event tonight.
Exactly, which is why now it is my pleasure to introduce our distinguished speaker for the Pakistan Remittance Summit. The gentleman currently serves as the head of Pakistan Remittance Initiative. With a career spanning 15 years at the State Bank of Pakistan, our esteemed speaker has emerged as a seasoned expert in the realm of finance policies and development finance for Pakistan Remittance Initiative. Mr. Khokhr's journey at the State Bank of Pakistan has been nothing short of impressive. He has played a crucial role in formulating and implementing foreign exchange policies, contributing significantly in battling the challenges faced by the nation's economy. His diverse expertise encompasses microfinance, Islamic banking, exchange policy, exchange companies, and home remittances. Before his pivotal role at the central bank, Mr. Khokhr made noteworthy contributions to a microfinance bank and a prominent multinational company in Pakistan, showcasing his versatility and deep understanding of the finance landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm welcome to Mr. Zulfiqar Ali Khokhr, Head of Pakistan Remittance Initiative. We eagerly anticipate his insights on the Home Remittance Initiative. Sir, thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for being here for this Pakistan Remittance Summit. Just on the background side, as you all are aware, in Pakistan, we have done various initiatives which I am going to tell you and show before you. But for this Pakistan Remittance Initiative, this is the third edition of the Pakistan Remittance Initiative. Prior to that, we started this initiative way back in 2017. Then we had a summit in 2019. Both were held in Dubai. And then we planned a Pakistan Remittance Summit way back in 2020 in KL, Malaysia, but due to COVID, we couldn't do that. So it's a very good opportunity for all of us that after the lapse of 3 years, we have reinitiated this initiative whereby we collect all the important financial institutions that are helping us in receiving remittance in Pakistan. I will cover the following things, and I will directly go to those things that I'm going to talk about. Pakistan Remittance Initiative is a unique initiative, and perhaps it's the only initiative so far in the world that we know, whereby 3 different mainstream government institutions joined hands to make collective efforts for the improvement of remittance to Pakistan. So it started way back in 2009, and it has 3 components to it. One is the State Bank of Pakistan, the second is the Ministry of Finance, and the third is Ministry of Overseas Pakistanis and Human Resource Development. So all these 3 different departments of Pakistan worked with collectively under the Pakistan Remittance Initiative brand and umbrella. We are situated at State Bank of Pakistan, and largely most of the things that we do, those are under the platform of Pakistan State Bank of Pakistan. Our objective was, we have very simple objectives. We want a faster, cheaper, and accessible remittance in Pakistan. And for that, what we have done, I'm going to show before you in the next slides. What we have done for the development of remittance market in Pakistan, and all these initiatives have been specifically done after the creation of PRI. Before that, these things were also there, but these were somewhere at different places. So this initiative gave us one single platform or umbrella to carry out all the initiatives related to remittances. So what we did, that first of all, we created a dedicated home remittances cell in every major financial institution in Pakistan. So in Pakistan, if you want to know that there is a remittance head, then there is a remittance head in all major Pakistani banks. And the top 8 banks are sitting here, their remittance heads are also sitting here, and even the senior management is also sitting here. So that was necessary to provide ownership of the remittance initiative at the financial institutions, because at the end of the day, all the remittances have to flow through financial institutions on both sides. Because when we call a term formal remittances, then when this word formal is used, which means it's a financial institutions on both sides. So we have dedicated home remittance cells and dedicated home remittances heads in each financial institution in Pakistan. Prior to this initiative, there were few intermittent correspondent relationships dedicated for the remittances. As most of you, the bankers here sitting here, the normal banking correspondent relationships between a bank to a bank were existing in Pakistan in a fairly large and required number. But the correspondent relationship between the money service businesses, money transfer operators, exchange houses, with the formal banks of Pakistan were not that existent, and perhaps still Pakistan is one of the few countries where banks, the normal commercial banks, are playing the leading and critical role in mobilizing the remittances. Just to give you the number, the 93% of remittances in Pakistan is mobilized by the Pakistani banks, and the 7% share is with the exchange houses. While in most of the world, the ratio is perhaps the reverse. It's exchange houses which do the remittance businesses in most of the countries. So it's the Pakistani banks which have taken the lead, and they are the mainstay and the main player and the key player in remittance in Pakistan. We did something very important for as I said, our objective remains the faster, cheaper, and accessible remittance in Pakistan. So these are the important building blocks that were carried out in Pakistan, and these are state-of-the-art and global standards. And perhaps when I reach a point, I will tell you one thing more. So we have an IBAN, International Bank Account Number. This is a number which is unique to that individual, and it's the only number anywhere in the world that can be used. So any international bank, any international financial institution can send money to a particular bank account in Pakistan, and there is a particular number to every bank accounts available in Pakistan. Normally, most of the people don't know that they have a simply bank account. So typically when we open a bank account in Pakistan, we are given 7 or 8 numbers. But in reality, these are 24 numbers. So it starts with PK. PK stands for Pakistan, then the code for Pakistan, country code, then the bank's name, 4 digits, then the bank's codes, and so on. So then the individual number of those bank accounts. So this is the one important building block that anybody can send remittance to Pakistan to a particular unique bank account number. We have RTGS. RTGS is a wholesale bank clearing and payment system in the Pakistan, whereby the banks settle their obligations with each other. In Pakistan, perhaps this will be a rarity in the sense that our wholesale payment system is also taking care of the international remittances. So we have a special rails and special codes for transferring money through our normal wholesale system, which we call it real-time gross system, RTGS, and the local name in Pakistan is PRISM. We also have interbank fund transfer facility, whereby you can send funds in seconds, in real time, to any account in Pakistan. And most of the financial institutions, overseas financial institutions sitting here know the kind of functionality that is, that in seconds, 15 seconds, 13 seconds, 17 seconds, 30 seconds, the money moves. Just to give you my personal example, I sent money from UK to 4 corridors. One, the UK, the other, USA, third to Pakistan in 2 different accounts. The money in Pakistan was received in 16 seconds in one bank, 17 seconds in another bank. In US, it was received after 48 hours, and in Canada, it was received after 72 hours from London. So that's the kind of accessibility and the rails that we have and our financial institutions, with the help of all the stakeholders have put in place. So, and there is another initiative, we call it RAST. RAST is a micro payment system, but this will be managed by the central bank. The interbank fund transfer system is owned by the Pakistani banks collectively. So RAST is still a more state-of-the-art payment system for the retail payments, and we are, inshallah ta'ala, are working for the digitization of local payments and as well. So in the RAST, we are also again going to have international remittance rails through it, and RAST will be completely free for the international remittance. At the moment, even the RTGS, which is with the State Bank of Pakistan, that's also free for international remittances. We have a system of confirmation of sending SMS to beneficiaries. This is in Pakistan available. Outside is now this is a common practice. So these were the building blocks through which this remittance structure started moving. So that was the account part. The second part, that is equally important in terms of remittance, that is, we know that most of the remittance senders and the recipients perhaps are not that white collar or that educated and so on, as we are sitting in this room. So they are largely blue collar or low income senders and receivers. So therefore, cash over the counter, which has been the strength of exchange houses globally, we moved that strength to our banks as well. Now, all Pakistani banks from all of their existing branch networks pay out cash to the customers if they desire, if the transaction is of that nature. So transaction can be of 2 nature. One, it could be credit into the account directly. The second could be payment out through the cash payout mechanism. So Pakistani banks also cater to this thing as well. An important thing again from a perspective point of view, that normally banks do not entertain walk-in, retail and slow value customers. This is the general criticism, or this is one of the characteristics of the banks globally, including Pakistan as well, that they are not that receptive to the walk-in, low value, high volume businesses. But remittance is a low value, high volume, walk-in customers, and Pakistani banks entertain them. And then on the other side, this Pakistan Remittance Initiative side, the remittance side, we also have enabled not only the person-to-person transfers of money, but we also have business to consumer and consumer to bank and charity donations also. So these are the permissions in place. Few banks have started working on it. Some tie-ups or have also started joining it. So the circular name is written there. So any international MTOs, which if they were not aware of the facility that in Pakistan you can send business to consumer, for example, freelancers payment, pensions and so on, from an entity to individual in Pakistan, and likewise consumer to business. For example, an individual sender can pay the utility bills in Pakistan or pay off his educational installments and so on. So that facility is also, from a regulatory perspective, there is a full permission for that. You have to shake hands, your systems have to shake hands with each other, and then you can send these remittances as well. What are the incentives for the international market players or the Pakistani players? These are again the unique contributions of Pakistan, government of Pakistan. Perhaps again, these kind of initiatives are not available in any other country as of we speak, or if there could be, but not in the sense and the extent that Pakistan offers. So we offer, the first incentive is the reimbursement of TT charges. That is, that the cost of sending money, development goals of UN always talk about reduction of remittance charges, the cost of sending remittances. That is one of the core objectives of the UN's SDGs. However, in Pakistan, sending money is free in most of the cases. So the beauty of this scheme that is available in Pakistan, that the sender is not charged any fee, and while the sending partner, the financial institution on the send side and the financial institution on the receive sides, are also getting the requisite, or perhaps in some cases a slightly required amount of incentive or amount of revenue that they would otherwise would have charged to the customer. So the customer is benefiting from free remittances to Pakistan, and the financial institutions in the chain are also adequately compensated for extending this facility. The second, and what we have done this year, especially that we have enhanced our rates of rebate to a very large extent, whereby they are now, we have specific meetings with few of the large tie-ups, and all of the feedback that we have received, that these are very good incentive rates, and this should move the needle in Pakistan, inshallah ta'ala. Second, we have restored the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia corridor for this rebate mechanism. It was closed during the COVID because of a particular, because of a particular regulation in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which made it mandatory for all digital transfers to be free, and a mandatory fee in all in-person transfers. So as our model said that you have to send everything free to Pakistan, so therefore this scheme could not continue there. And then we have now restored that scheme as well back to our largest corridor, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And we have meeting with a few large banks from Saudi Arabia, and they are hopeful, and they are saying that their ratio of remittances have increased to Pakistan. There is another marketing incentive scheme that is available in Pakistan to the Pakistani financial institutions, whereby they carry out marketing across the globe, within Pakistan, outside Pakistan, with the stakeholders. And this scheme earlier was intermittent. It was announced in a particular financial year, then it was stopped, then it was announced in a particular calendar year, then the gap came and new government came in, then it started again after a year, and so this time, thanks to the Ministry of Finance and the Government of Pakistan, we have made this scheme permanent, so it's a normal feature, it will be there, inshallah ta'ala. We have enhanced the incentive rates for Pakistani banks, that if they are bringing in more remittance to Pakistan, they will get a certain incentive for those. And the accessibility to qualify have also been rationalized so that all players have the opportunity to increase the remittances to Pakistan, and can also have the incentive to earn the incentive from the government of Pakistan for bringing in more and more remittances to Pakistan. What are the incentives for the consumer? Free of cost remittance. Our first goal was the cheaper remittance. Most of the remittance to Pakistan are free. It's a real time. As I gave you my personal example, we have enhanced access. As I talked of accessibility, so from an accessibility point of view, with the advent of mobile phone and apps and the fintechs and the financial and the overall technology that is available with all existing banks and the upcoming digital players, now a person sitting in his own room can send money to a person anywhere in Pakistan, standing on the mountains or moving in the deserts, because that accessibility, those rails are there now. Our challenge is the awareness, our challenge is to reach everybody, our challenge is to inform them. But the rails are there, whereby a remittance can be sent from anywhere in the world to any place in Pakistan in real time. We have community engagement activities regularly. So we, as the Middle East our core market, so most of the activities, the share of the activities goes to the Middle East, but we do this thing in other the new and upcoming corridors like Malaysia and so on. So they are marketing. We have community engagement activities for our community, Eid gatherings, national celebrations, sports event, entertainment, family events, and yesterday's event was one example of that kind of engagement of the community. And we also have labor camp activities, whereby each labor is met by the representative of Pakistan and convinces them to send remittance to the Pakistan. We also have lucky draws, giveaways, guaranteed value gifts, cash incentives. So all these things given by Pakistani financial institution and overseas financial institution has been made possible by all the infrastructure that I just mentioned sent by the Pakistani community, by the government of Pakistan. So we have a dedicated PRI and banks call centers in Pakistan. We have also a national Soni Dharti remittance program. Through this program, any Pakistani consumer can earn reward points by sending money from any financial institutions from the globe to any bank in Pakistan. So this is channel agnostic scheme. You don't have to worry any remittance sent from any entity from the globe to any entity in Pakistan. The consumer will get the points. So Soni Dharti is your scheme. All the tie-ups that are sitting here, please note this Soni Dharti remittance program is your scheme. If anybody sends remittance through your program, he or she will get the points. So this is in brief. There are 4 categories. It's 1% to 1.75% points. There are 8 different avenues of the government entities whereby from tickets to the mobile duties we can pay, and we are going to add few more functionalities through which the consumers will have the option of not only these 9 entities, but all of a sudden they will be able to access, as we expect, 30,000 entities, because we are going to open the card, we are going to link the local PK PayPark card that will give access to 20,000 plus merchants, and we are planning to open one bill that is going to open more than 2,100 billers in Pakistan. So all these reward points can be redeemed on these merchants and all these bill payment institutions. From a consumer education and awareness perspective, we have pre-departure briefings programs for outgoing workers. It has been recently revamped after the COVID, because during the COVID it was stopped. So now the top 13 banks of Pakistan participate in it 5 days a week throughout the year and through the 9 centers in Pakistan. So it's a one-on-one interaction on a daily basis with outgoing workers through 9 Pakistani centers 5 days a week, 365 days a year, except the holidays. We also do orientation sessions for the community welfare attachés that are posted globally so that they could know what are the infrastructure and incentive in place for remittances in Pakistan, so that when they interact with the community, they'll have awareness of these things. Awareness session and webinars through Pakistan embassies and consulates is a regular feature, as the Honorable Ambassador Saab has just explained, that there have been many such webinars even in Malaysia and throughout the world. We have extensive joint and individual media campaigns by domestic and international FIs, and placement of marketing officer by Pakistani banks. This again is perhaps one of the unique feature of Pakistani remittance infrastructure, whereby actual Pakistani officers of Pakistani banks are posted in overseas jurisdictions to market and promote home remittances for Pakistan. These are few pictures. We restarted this pre-departures orientation program in August, and our seniors and the Bureau of Immigration's senior leadership is there. These are few photos. Still, there are much to be improved in Pakistan. You can understand these are centers where people go physically, and we give them briefing and so on. So this is the first interaction there. So anybody, before going outside, he should have an interaction with Pakistani banks to know the infrastructure in place. These are the independence event we recently did on 14th August in Dubai. And these are few of the pictures. We had these community sessions like this we did here. And then we also had a workers session in the labor camp, which is on the left. All the Pakistanis were there with the flags and so on. So these are the events where State Bank participates, but this is a regular feature, and financial institutions do that on a regular basis. This is the labor camp activity, the marketing officers posted by Pakistani financial institutions. This is the social media coverage that Pakistani institutions do on a day in, day out basis. From a Hundi Hawala perspective, that was a remained a very critical dampener on our remittances, especially in the last year. So we have done some important institutional efforts and then some efforts on a specific level. We have the amendments now in our relevant laws for the enhanced and speedy trials and enhanced punishments for anybody involved in in doing any illegal remittance business, which is normally called hundi hawala. We have automation of trade because the drivers of the hundi hawala are primarily three things. The one is the illegal activities, the other is trade-based tax evasion, and the third is some genuine payments which people require, but perhaps because of the regulatory system, they are not able to do it quickly. So the trade is the major component for trade-based money laundering. So we now have a framework, detailed framework in Pakistan. Besides that, we have engaged with Pakistan systems whereby the systems of banks, State Bank and Pakistan Customs have been interlinked, so that the transactions which go through the system, the requisite money flow also is ensured that also takes place. And plus there has been lots of obligation that have been put in place on our financial institution as well as, and because of these things, some cases have also been identified of money laundering which are being dealt with by the law enforcement agencies. So we also coordinate as a central bank with law enforcement agencies in sanctioning illegal operators, and we have recently had a large crackdown in Pakistan for the illegal operators, and we also have revamped our exchange house framework and mechanism in Pakistan. So now in Pakistan also there will be large exchange houses only. We have given a roadmap for the merger of the medium size or small size exchange operators to be part of, either they won't be operating or they have to merge with the larger operators. And besides that, another major initiative that we have taken, and we hope the fruits of it will be received in coming days, we have asked our Pakistani commercial banks to open exchange houses themselves separately from their banks, so that the need for and the work that is being done by the exchange houses in Pakistan, especially for the currency exchange side, that is taken care of. There has been a crackdown on smuggling in Pakistan in recent times. The impact, you have seen it, and capacity building of SPPs, regulated entities and law enforcement agencies also taken care of. We also engage with them, we also learn from them and so on. We also do this campaigning whereby inform the public about the hundi hawala issues, and these kind of information is also shared with the outgoing workers when we do the pre-departure briefing. To our surprise, most of the workers that we meet, they are not even aware that hundi hawala is an illegal offense. Not only illegal, it's a serious offense in Pakistan, and there are huge punishments and so on. So the awareness part is required, and that we are working as well. And you can also, and it's our request that you should also inform everywhere, especially in the countries. So it's a serious crime in Pakistan. It is against the Sharia, because when the law of law and land says that you only have to send money through formal system, so it becomes illegal. It becomes Sharia non-compliant as well. So recent and upcoming initiatives, we have resumed again this annual Pakistan Remittance Summit. Inshallah ta'ala, let's hope and pray that this continues for coming years as well. We have introduced Pakistan Remittance Awards for the first time, and these awards that we are going to distribute tonight are based on the performance that you have done in the last fiscal year, i.e. July 2002 to June 2003. These are purely number-based awards. Whichever has brought in the largest amount of remittance to Pakistan. This is the first year. We just wanted to recognize and thank you. However, from the next year, we will sit with you in more depth and detail to have different categories of awards which you require, which gives in more facets to these awards and the different things. But this year's awards are purely based on volume. Whoever has brought in the largest volume is going to be awarded, because at the end of the day, it's the volume that matters. We want remittance in Pakistan. Lucky draw scheme, we are working on it to have a national lucky draw scheme. We are hopeful that we will be able to pull this out going forward. It may take some time, but that's a plan, a national lucky draw scheme for Pakistan. As I said, one bill, PayPak in Soni Dharti. We are also going to working on a dedicated national social media handles for remittance, because at this time, all the banks have their own different social media handles, and that's fine and should grow and prosper. But we also want to place, for example, PRI social media handles, where all of the social media material that you are putting in can be posted, reposted, shared from our handle as well, so that a consumer can have one single place to access. If they access PRI social media, Instagram, so then they will have the social media clips of all the banks, all the international tie-ups, if we are able to successfully do this. So that's the plan as well for this year. And a dedicated joint remittance account is essential for the accessibility that I said, that now the rails are there, account can be sent to another account. But for that, we are working on a dedicated account that it will be more like Roshan digital account, but it will be for the resident Pakistanis. It will have all the features, simplicity, and incentives built into it. These are our achievements. From 2011, it's a straight line, except for the last year because of various reasons. So that's why we have enhanced our efforts, enhanced our incentives, enhanced outreach, so that we not only get back the numbers that we achieved last fiscal year, but then again we resume our upward journey going forward as well. And the good part is Pakistanis are going to international destination in big number. All these technological platforms, all this infrastructure and so on that I just elaborated before you is in place. So we are hopeful. These are the countries. Saudi Arabia remains the largest corridor for Pakistan, then UAE, then UK is the third, other GCC, EU, USA, other countries. What we expect from you, the market participants, for that we have gathered and all this stage has been set. We want at least 10 to 50% enhancement in our remittances. So all of you please make your specific strategies, work with Pakistani banks. We want Pakistani remittance to grow by at least 10 to 15% annually from the numbers that we achieved last year. So we last year achieved 27%. We expect all of you will work together with all the incentive in place, all the enhanced incentive in place, that remittance to Pakistan should reach 30, 31 ballpark that we achieved a year earlier, and then we proceed further from there. So that's our expectation, number one. And we will rate you, rank you, and we structure our incentives accordingly based on the achievement of the numbers. We are expecting that you would enhance your marketing and outreach activities many-folds, because now you have been provided a revenue space so that now you can go out. And the most important thing here is that we would like to stress upon is that increase the pie for Pakistan. If we found that you are just simply shifting volume from one entity to another entity, that won't go good in our eyes. We want you to increase the pie. Each international type sitting here, please increase the pie. As a country, it's not in our interest you simply move funds from bank A to bank B. That's not for that. All this infrastructure has been put in place, and you know the criticality of this initiative for Pakistan, and you know the kind of people, the poor people, the workers are involved. So it's absolutely not only fits into your financial objectives, but it also fits into your moral objectives as well. That serving for remittance is not a financial game only, it's a moral game as well. Because if you are serving well, if you are putting the workers, providing them opportunities to send more and more remittance through formal channels, where they can receive formally, there's no tax in Pakistan, there's proceed realization certificate, so anybody, it's a white money, they can show in Pakistan, build their homes, they're poor people and so on. So enhance your marketing and outreach efforts. We are not going to look any entity which just simply moves numbers from one bank to another bank. That's not the objective at all. That my message is loud and clear before everybody. You have to increase the pie for Pakistan. For that we all are striving. For that, you have various strategies. The one that we expect from you is the competitive and better exchange rates. Some of you are doing it, some of you are not. So we are expecting all of you will offer better exchange rates. Carry out technological improvements, especially in this world. Still there are some international MTOs which are on a file mode. We expect all of you to go to the API mode. We do not expect any of you on the file mode anymore. Perhaps in a year or so, you all should go to the API mode, go to the real-time connectivity. End-to-end digitization, we will work with you specifically so that you have digitization at the send side and digitization at the Pakistan side, so that the remittances can be sent in a digitized manner. Our numbers, most of you have perhaps met all of us, and you have our numbers. You're welcome to come to Pakistan. You are welcome to send your input or feedback through emails. You're welcome to contact us on WhatsApp. So please do share us all the ideas that you have for the increasing the pie of remittance for Pakistan. So for that, we are always welcome. And thank you from my side.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zulfiqar Ali Khokhr, and thank you so much for your insight on home remittance initiatives. Wonderful.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is a very experienced banker and financial services professional in Southeast Asia. And in his earlier career, he worked across Asia for a number of the major global investment banks like UBS, Citi, and CLSA. He is no stranger to Malaysia, having lived and worked here actually more years ago than it is polite to remember, Shehzad. To be very honest. He did a number of transactions in Malaysia that include Tanah Harta and companies that later merged in Axiata. He runs a group of financial services businesses that have offices in Singapore, Dubai, Geneva, Hong Kong, and now Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the CEO, the co-founder, Atlas Consolidated Pte Ltd, Mr. David Fergusson. On stage, please. Thank you.
Thank you for that very kind introduction. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. What are the opportunities in Pakistan, and what are the opportunities if we take a cashless mindset? That's what I've been asked to talk about, and I think it's a very exciting topic for us. Now, today, around 30% of Pakistanis have bank accounts. 96% of Malaysians do. And south of the border from Pakistan, that is, 78% have bank accounts. Within Pakistan, today around 10% to 15%, it's difficult to know the exact numbers, but 10% of payments in Pakistan are digital today. Now, I hope to be invited back in 3 to 4 years' time, perhaps. Thank you for having me today, by the way. I appreciate the platform enormously. But at that point, in 3 to 4 years' time, I expect Pakistan will have caught up with its southern neighbor and will be rapidly on its way to catching up with Malaysia in terms of bank accounts. I think this is the point I really want to stress. There is no doubt in my mind at all that Pakistan is about to see the largest and fastest mobilization of bank accounts ever. And I think this is a pretty bold claim, but I think it's very likely to happen. If you look at the combination of investment that's going in from companies like mine and the proliferation and availability of smartphones in the country, that is very likely to happen. And we're all here to ensure that we meet the opportunity that presents us head on. And if I leave you with one message, this is a huge opportunity for us all, and it will have a massive social benefit in Pakistan in the meantime. Now, in my comments, I'm going to refer to Indonesia a bit, because we do view it as having a sort of a rhyming relationship to what we see coming in Pakistan. Many people here may remember the Asian financial crisis. It's 25 odd years ago now. I was a baby banker in Jakarta at the time. And so there's a lot of the experiences I had there kind of relate to what's happening in Pakistan today. But what I will say is that Indonesia at the time was in a way, way, way worse position than Pakistan is today. And let me address the macro skeptics, because I often find that when I am overtly bullish on the economic outlook for Pakistan on a 5, 10-year view, it's the Pakistanis pointing at you who are most skeptical. And I'm going to address that directly. While the news still remains poor at a macro level and at an aggregate level, it's really, well, it's improving at the margin, for sure, and that's an important thing to focus on. But it's at the micro level, just like Indonesia at the time, where the good news is found, and these are the basis of what will help drive the economy into a strong secular upward path. Now I'm going to refer to my time in Indonesia. When in 1999, I met the CEO of Nokia Indonesia, who told me he expected to sell 3 million handsets the following year. And I told him he was out of his mind, absolutely out of his mind. He'd sold 1.8 million the previous year, and there were riots on the street, bombs were going off in Jakarta. It was an absolute mayhem in the economy. But what I and few other people saw at the time were the pockets of astonishing growth that were happening in the economy at the time, particularly the digital economy. And he ended up selling, by the way, 3.4 million phones that year, not 3. So he was wrong too, just he was more right than I was. And I would say that some of the same things are happening in Pakistan today. My partners in the bank in Pakistan, 𝒂𝒌𝒆𝒔, 𝒂𝒆𝒏𝒕𝒔 and Muller and Phibbs, they'll tell you that some components of their business are growing absolutely astronomically. For example, e-commerce fulfillment is up 50% since January. Handset sales have increased 50% over the previous 2 years. These pockets of growth were the drivers behind the creation of the new economy in Indonesia. And thereafter, demographic trends took over. And the expansion of the middle class drove about 20 years of strong secular economic growth in Indonesia. And GDP per capita trebled as a result. Now, the Indonesian example for Pakistan isn't perfect, but it certainly rhymes. And by the way, will be palpably understood by the Malaysian banks here. I mean, if there's anyone from CIMB here, during that time, they bought an Indonesian bank called Bank Niaga. And they bought it in 2002. That bank is worth 15 times today what it was when they bought it 20 years ago. So these are the components of opportunity that we see in Pakistan, and they should rhyme from the Indonesian perspective for everyone in this room. Now, having waxed lyrical about the Pakistan opportunity, I'm going to go on and talk a little bit about 𝒂𝒌𝒆𝒏𝒕𝒔. Who are we? We are one of the license winners. I think the license process winners. We have in principle approval at the moment in Pakistan. And we operate one of the more comprehensive digital banking platforms in the world today. It operates everything from core banking solutions right the way through a product factory to UX, UI. And we have many, many competitive advantages. But a principal advantage is the marginal cost of operation. Our cost of operating new bank accounts is in effect zero. So we can offer digital banking really to anyone, anytime, anywhere, at remarkably low operating costs. Now, what does this mean? It opens up banking to all but the very, very poorest in society and creates an accessible social mobility pathway to virtually everybody. Now, running the numbers that I sort of went through basically earlier, that means 110 million people in Pakistan are likely to take on bank accounts for the first time, and the existing customer base will likely try out new services. So we and other new entrants can basically flood the country with bank accounts at virtually no cost, and we aim to. Our partners in Pakistan, as I mentioned, they touch 180 million consumers in the country, and we have about 70,000 points of presence at the moment, where we're no further than about 20 minutes by motorcycle from 95% of the population. Now, in terms of the cashless society, because I have been asked to talk about this, the first thing we need to do is get to a cashless society. And that is a challenge. We're working on various solutions for that, the cash in, cash out components of it, but managing cash is a major issue. Our coverage and that of the other banks will certainly help, but we're looking to collaborate as closely as possible with others in the industry to facilitate this. The transition we are advocating is certainly a consumer-driven approach. We want to avoid at all costs in this move to a cashless society the social consequences or the extreme social consequences of the demonetization in India. And frankly, the other emerging economy that's done particularly well in this has been China, and the less said about the way they go about introducing policies, the better, I think. So we're seeing some of the plans from the central bank. We're looking very closely at RAST, and I'm confident that Pakistan will manage this transition in a friendly, responsible way. And I'm very impressed by the way things are going. Now, in terms of the benefits of a cashless society, it's very clear that there are a number of direct ones. People will have more security over their money, particularly the most vulnerable in society. Economic information will radically improve. The economic sampling data behind GDP will cease to be the guesswork that it currently is. And more importantly, the velocity of money will sharply speed up. And that ought to have a significant impact on GDP growth without the corollary impact on inflation. And that's before we go to individual economic behavior and the information it gives on us, gives us on that. Some of the core benefits for a cashless society are really the flip side of the digitization of finance. For example, user experiences. We can create user experiences now and user journeys that reflects how consumers wish to live their lives. We can create very differentiated products. We can create new products that fit consumer needs. We can modify existing ones. And we can do that all with the information we gather. We can do it in remarkable speed so that we are genuinely responsive to the consumer. I've talked a little bit about the speed at which we're expecting to see bank account penetration rise in Pakistan. But that's just one component of accessibility. We're expecting deep, sophisticated financial products to be available to everybody with the benefits of things like open banking, which are systems that we bring. And with that, we'd expect the whole ecosystem to develop rapidly. And again, I've got to take my hat off to the State Bank of Pakistan and the various other engines of state. They're producing some really fantastic initiatives around, yeah. And these are well-deserved applause. Some fantastic initiatives around RAST and the Roshan digital accounts. Specifically in relation to remittances, which are I mean, we saw the numbers. I mean, they're 8% of gross domestic product. Incredibly important that we get this right. $30 billion a year obviously is a massive economic opportunity for us as well. So there's really no excuse for us not to create these terrific products. Remittances are, a core feature of obviously this. It's not my principal business, so I feel a little bit of an interloper here. But digitization threatens to improve the consumer experience. And threaten is probably the right word, because these poor consumers have had a terrible, terrible set of choices for many, many years. The remittance of services will creep in there as well. Insurance, the products that you can send from overseas that can, again, massively improve the lives of the individual. Control over their funds as a result of digitization dramatically increases the security and, more importantly, the sense of security that consumers will feel, and that will drive adoption. I guess finally, on the sort of benefits of cashlessness, digitization creates data, and credit is extended on the basis of two things: property, or collateral, and data. Now, if you don't have an awful lot of property or an awful lot of collateral, you have no access to credit. But with the data that comes out of the digitization of finance as a result of a cashless society, we will see a huge proliferation of data. And that is something that will help the extension of credit and the improvement of lives in Pakistan. So I'm going to end here, but I'm going to make some final sort of concluding points about our experiences in Pakistan so far. And I speak very much from a foreign direct investor at this point. In Pakistan, we have found a regulatory framework that means to solve problems, and a regulator that is active, interested, and extremely professional. The SBP are deeply concerned with improving the lives of Pakistanis, we felt, and financial inclusion has been a huge aim for them, and they've really passed that along to us, and we've listened. Products like our learning center, the educational engagement tools that we have will certainly help. We are all learning how to do digital banking together. And many of you from Malaysia will be aware of the problems that this entails. The SBP have highlighted some of their very valid concerns, and we're all responding to these: system risk, international security, and some of the national strategic interests. We take them very seriously because they do. And we found the State Bank of Pakistan, NADRA, the SECP, and others to be exceptionally open and collaborative in helping us effectively create what we hope will be a major contributor to their economy. We're very, very grateful for the opportunities they've given us, and I look forward to working with them and anyone in this audience who would like to engage with us with respect to Pakistan, because together we can make a huge, huge difference. Thank you very much. Do you want me to stay here, or? I can. If anyone has questions, I'm happy to answer them, or I can go. That's it. Thank you very much.
Certainly deserves a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, the Chief Executive Officer, co-founder, Atlas Consolidated Pte Ltd, Mr. David Fergusson. Thank you so much, David, for gracing the occasion. Next up, moving ahead, ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored to call upon the stage a distinguished individual whose dedication and commitment to public service have left an indelible mark on the government of Pakistan. Please join me in welcoming a lady, a BS-19 officer of the Central Superior Services, currently serving as Deputy Secretary Banking in the Ministry of Finance. In her pivotal role, Ms. Shabbir oversees administrative matters related to the Central Bank and National Bank,
as well as all remittance and SME schemes of the Government of Pakistan. Her exceptional performance has earned her a place on the Honor Board of the Finance Division, a testament to her outstanding contributions to her field. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Ms. Amna Shabbir, a true trailblazer in public service whose contributions continue to shape and elevate the landscape of governance in Pakistan in a special address of government's perspective. Thank you so much for joining us. Please.
Thank you. It is indeed very heartwarming for me to represent the Government of Pakistan, Ministry of Finance, at this August forum. I am very grateful to the honorable speakers for their perspicacity with which they so aptly highlighted the indubitable importance of remittance for Pakistan's economy. Having served in Ministry of Overseas Pakistanis and observing closely the remittance inflows, and now in the Finance Division looking after the core remittance incentive initiatives of the government, I am of the candid opinion that remittance inflows are desideratum for Pakistan's economy. I take this opportunity to asseverate that the Ministry of Finance and the State Bank of Pakistan have been carrying out 6 core remittance incentive initiatives, which have been recently rehashed to add more value to them. For example, in our Soni Dharti remittance program, we have added a brand new diamond category with lush incentives. In the telegraphic transfer initiative, we have made the incentive more than double. The newly launched Lucky Draw initiative and the performance-based incentives for the financial institutions are some of the worth mentioning value additions we have done recently. It is also very imperative to highlight that the budgetary allocations for the remittance incentive initiatives for this financial year have been the highest as compared to the past many years. And this highly reflects upon the priority that the Government of Pakistan attributes to the cause. Fortunately, the Pakistan's economy has witnessed a substantial influx of remittance over past years. That is because of a robust regulatory infrastructure available that ensures seamless, swift, and very convenient transfer of funds from the overseas Pakistanis into the country's economy. And for making this possible, the Government of Pakistan takes cognizance of and thoroughly acknowledges the phenomenal role of the State Bank of Pakistan and the Pakistan Remittance Initiative. Similarly, the role of our banking sector, financial institutions, both domestic and international, in mobilizing remittance through formal channels is thoroughly appreciated. The State Bank of Pakistan, the Pakistan Remittance Initiative, and our banking sector, especially our 8 champion banks, have made commendable effort for reviving the economic fabric of nation's economy. I would request the 8 champion banks to please rise so that everyone can have a round of applause for them. Thank you so much. I'm honored. And now, I also talk about our real heroes, the overseas Pakistanis. Those overseas Pakistanis who work so hard abroad and then choose to remit the labor of their sweat back home through formal channels. Our heartfelt gratitude and salutations for our overseas Pakistanis. Last but not the least, I see this Remittance Summit as a very extraordinary step in a very right direction. I do not only see it as a testament of excellence from our financial institutions, rather I see it as the heartbeat of remittance future strategizing. I believe that from here we are going to take away an assiduous work of collective wisdom that can be translated into tangible strategies and policies for furthering our objective and for resolution of challenges. And to conclude, while sincerely appreciating the commendable efforts of all the stakeholders present in the House, this is my pleasure to renew the certitude on behalf of Government of Pakistan for 100% support and commitment for building a stronger and more resilient financial ecosystem that serves the best to both overseas Pakistanis and to Pakistan's economy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Amna Shabbir, representative of the Ministry of Finance and Government of Pakistan. Indeed, I think one more time we can give her a big round of applause for making us all proud over here. Certainly gives me a lot more energy as a Pakistani as well to see you representing Pakistan and the Government of Pakistan. And in addition to this, now moving on with the third Remittance Summit as well. Now there's this gentleman I would like to invite, but before I say anything about him, he's going to be our first banking speaker over here on this occasion, because this gentleman has excelled in the realms of finance, treasury, investment, and corporate banking throughout his illustrious career. In his initial tenure with Meezan Bank, he spearheaded the corporate and investment group, showcasing his leadership and strategic acumen. In 2018, he took on the role of President and Chief Executive Officer at Bank Islami before rejoining Meezan Bank, where he currently serves as Deputy Chief Executive Officer. His diverse credentials speak volumes about the accreditations, his continuous learning, and professional excellence. A Chartered Accountant, Gold Medalist from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Pakistan and in England and Wales. A CFA Charter holder, MBA Gold Medalist, and LLB. Mr. Amir's qualifications stand as a testament to his progression and mastery in the financial industry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Syed Amir Ali to the stage for the presentation. What a wonderful and well-learned gentleman to have amongst us. Thank you so much. And I believe I'm going to give you a big round of applause myself as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Wonderful to have you over here.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable High Commission Pakistan, Syed Ahsan Sahab, Director IPG, Dr. Asif Ali, Head of PRI, Zulfiqar Khokhr, and my very dear colleagues from MTOs and exchange companies and bankers from Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. So I have a short presentation here, which will try to connect the potential of Pakistan with reference to remittances coming into Pakistan. So if we look at Pakistan, it's a country of 241 million people with a population growing at a rate of 2.5%. And very interestingly, 64% of the population of Pakistan is under 30 years of age. So actually, this is a huge potential, this 64% population. And if we look at the number of Pakistanis working outside Pakistan, there are approximately 12.5 million people working outside Pakistan. And only during the last 10 months, 723,000 workers moved out of Pakistan, which is a potential source of foreign remittance into Pakistan. If we talk about the potential, the labor force size in Pakistan is roughly 80 million, of which 6.5% is actively looking for employment, which is a number equivalent to 5 million adults looking for employment. And if we are able to export some of them, probably half of them, then the potential, if we calculate it at a $500 per month remittance coming into Pakistan per person, is roughly $15 billion, which is more than half of what we are getting every year into Pakistan. So look at the potential. Now, a question comes to our minds, and even to my mind as a Pakistani, is why people who are actively looking for employment wanted to move out of Pakistan and seek an employment over there. In Pakistan, if we look at the poverty ratio, means the people living just under the poverty line, which is $3.55 per day of earning. So 37.2% of the population in Pakistan is living under the poverty line. In Pakistan, the minimum wage rate is also very low, though on one side it's a potential for FDI to come into Pakistan, which can leverage on cheap labor available in Pakistan. But on the other hand, it is a huge potential for Pakistani labor force to go out of Pakistan and seek employment there, where the hourly wage rate is probably in the range of $5 to $13, depending on the region where they will get employment. So look at the potential from 54 cents per hour wage rate in Pakistan, they are able to earn $5 to $13 per hour. So the interesting facts, if we need to connect to the potential, is the brain drain and the hand drain. We frequently talk about the brain drain out of Pakistan. So brain drain is probably not good, but if there are 5 million adults actively looking for an employment, then there is a huge opportunity for hand drains. Means the skilled labor force move out of Pakistan, secure an employment over there, send remittance back to Pakistan, and create an impact, not on the economies where they are going to contribute, but also on the economy of Pakistan. So our mindset should be a blue ocean mindset. Means we should look at the potential, not only at the pie of this 27 or $30 billion, which is available out there, and the MTOs and the banks trying to snatch the share from each other and grow their share of business or income. The idea should always be to grow the pie, because the potential out there is huge. So of course, there are many ways to grow the pie, but I feel one major way is to create skilled labor force inside Pakistan. And for that, there is no need actually to educate them. Somebody who is not literate can be technically literate by getting a vocational training, certified by a vocational training institute. He can or she can become a nurse, or a technician, a machine operator, a fitter, a welder, and that skilled person can be exported out of Pakistan to bring valuable foreign currency into Pakistan. I like to share one initiative which I took this year from the platform of Islamic Bank, that we decided to identify people around us who are unskilled but are willing to acquire a skill. We entered into an MOUs with different vocational training institutes, and within a period of 6 months, we were able to train or onboard 150 people. Out of that, 25 people have already secured work outside Pakistan in Czech Republic, Hungary, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. And all their vocational training expenses, their certification, visa arrangement, and airfares were funded by that Islamic Bank. So there are another 150 under training. There is also a MOU with one of the institute to train other 1,000 people. Of 50 are already under training in digital sciences, so that we have to export our workforce both physically and digitally. So you can have a virtual export of labor force outside Pakistan who can bring valuable foreign currency into Pakistan. Recently, we have started negotiating another MOU from the platform of Islamic Bank with NED University of Engineering and Technology, whereby we have requested them to offer courses ranging between 3 months to 1 year to give skill, to impart skill to the youth, and then we will be able to export them either physically or virtually out of Pakistan. So this is one huge potential to improve or increase the overall pie of remittances inside Pakistan. Definitely, one other area on which everybody is working, and I had a couple of meetings with various exchange companies during the day and yesterday, and I figured that out, that a lot of good work is happening on digitalization of remittances into Pakistan. And as my very dear colleague Zulfiqar mentioned, that one can get a remittance into a Pakistani bank account in 16 to 17 seconds, which is seamless, which is instantaneous. So I think the focus of all banks and MTOs should be to move all our potential remitters and receivers into the banking system and pursue them to digitize their payments, which is secure and instant and which is legal. So there are two ways actually to curb the market, because if we don't curb the gray market, my last statement about moving our potential remitters and receivers into the banking channel or the official channel for remittances cannot be achieved. So one way definitely is enforcement through law enforcement agencies. I think recently we have witnessed, and I think when I spoke to a couple of exchange companies here in KL, they also admitted that they have experienced during last couple of months that the inflows through legal channels has improved. And this is as a result of resolve of the government of Pakistan to crack down the illegal money transfer business in Pakistan. But at the same point in time, there is one more thing, because there is always a carrot and stick approach. We have to incentivize both the receiver and the remitter so that they are motivated to send their money through official channels. And for that, definitely State Bank has very interesting incentivization schemes, but our responsibilities as exchange companies, MTOs and banks is to ensure that the benefit of these schemes goes to the receiver and the remitter. So this is extremely important. So this is it. These are few of the ideas which I have in mind I wanted to share with you. And we as an institution are already working on all of these. And in the end, I like to thank every one of you for being here. And I'm very pleased to share that this year, for the first time, my institution, Meezan Bank, is one of the organizer and is welcoming you here. So just a quick few bits on Meezan Bank. Meezan Bank is the best bank in Pakistan, which has been awarded by Institute of Bankers. For the third time in Pakistan, it is the most prestigious award in Pakistan. Meezan Bank has processed the highest number of digital transactions during the last 9 months, which are 195 million transactions amounting to 9.5 trillion rupees, which is the highest number of transactions processed by any bank in Pakistan. The RDA share of Meezan Bank is 25%, which is significant and definitely the largest. So the app of Meezan Bank is rated 4.8 on the App Store. So there's a lot of investment and intent which this bank has to assist the regulator, the state, and the people of Pakistan to improve the remittances coming into Pakistan so that they can have a better life and a better economy and a better country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Syed Amir Ali, Deputy Chief Executive Officer of Meezan Bank, very young. And it was wonderful to see such a younger personality being the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of such a prestigious institute as well. or a bank.
Absolutely. I think that the future is for the young also, and of the young as well as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure and honor that I invite to the stage a visionary leader and a driving force behind transformative initiatives in the realm of digital finance. And our next speaker is going to be talking about the recovery and resilience through digital and financial inclusion. He is at the forefront of delivering the digital data and the inclusion agenda of the bank. With a proven track record spanning over 29 years, he has taken concepts from ideation to strategy, execution, and successful ramp-up across various functions and businesses in multiple organizations. A thoughtfully innovative and strategic thinker, he possesses a strong entrepreneurial outlook. I think a lot to learn from the gentleman as well. Not just that, ladies and gentlemen, if you talk about his career, it encapsulates a blend of expertise in strategic thinking, creating new business models, product ideas, business solutions ideation, strategy development, and executions to scale, software development, business transformation. I mean, I could go on and on, including digital and data. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together as we welcome on stage the Chief Innovation and Financial Inclusion Officer at HBL, Mr. Abrar Mir, on stage, please. Thank you.
And he will be talking about recovery and resilience through digital and financial inclusion.
Absolutely.
Very warm welcome.
Mr. Ahsan Raza Shah, High Commissioner Pakistan to Malaysia, Dr. Asif, Mr. Zulfiqar Khokhr from SVP, our remittance partners from around the world, and my fellow bankers from Pakistan. A good evening and a very warm welcome to all of you to this evening, and I would like to thank you all for taking your time out to come and join us in this extremely important event to celebrate and to plan for further growth in remittances for Pakistan. My apologies, I've got a bad throat, so I've got a hoarse voice. The topic for discussion given to me today is to see how does digital and financial inclusion help in increasing remittance flow. Thank you very much. And it translates into greater resilience for the overall ecosystem. I will just touch on some of the points in the interest of time. Now, digital and financial inclusion essentially means enabling the recipients and the senders to have digital wallets or access to online platforms where the senders can collect funds seamlessly in an electronic fashion and they can send those funds. Financial inclusion and digital penetration can fundamentally contribute in providing greater access to banking services, providing a convenient and accessible means using online platforms for remitter to send remittances in real time, eliminating geographical barriers. For receivers, this can mean expanded touch points to receive and manage money both digitally as well as in the form of cash as and when required through a nearby branch-less banking agent. It also means reduced costs because digital transactions inherently have low costs, and as David was mentioning earlier, these could literally mean bringing the costs down to zero. This cost effectiveness can encourage more people to use formal channels for sending remittances and for receiving remittances in a financially inclusive environment. Better incentives and rewards through loyalty programs like the one offered by State Bank of Pakistan through the Soni Dharti Remittance Program. I also represent the bank on the board of OneLink, and I'm the chairman of the OneLink board. And over there, we are very proud to partner with State Bank of Pakistan in running the Soni Dharti remittance program. And I'm happy to share for all of you that all the people who have gone through that program, we are seeing a significantly huge uptake from the beneficiaries as well as the remitters in terms of the redemption of those loyalty points. So I encourage all of you to create more awareness around the value that the Soni Dharti remittance program brings, and these points are only available to the remitter and to the receiver only if they send the money through the formal banking channels. Financial literacy remains a key component in terms of making sure that people are financially included. For promoting financial literacy, a key component of Financial Inclusion Initiative can enhance awareness around formal remittance channels and their benefits. This education, coupled with the digital literacy, encourages the use of digital platforms for remittance transactions. In terms of the increased resilience of remittance flows through the financial and digital inclusion, our recent bout with COVID has taught us many lessons. One of the most important one has been that it is extremely important to have a tech-enabled digital payments ecosystem in place that is inclusive and is globally interconnected to make sure any such future pandemic does not lead to deaths due to hunger or lack of access to basic finance to meet basic human needs. A few other ways in which the inclusion can bolster the stability and continuity of remittances is by offering digital channels as a lifeline, by increasing the adaptability and the flexibility through the diverse transfer options. Inclusion offers various transfer methods such as customer acquisition using online platforms, allowing flexibility in remittance channels. This diversity enhances adaptability when traditional channels face limitations. The regulatory environment around the world is constantly changing at a very fast pace. This remains a reality, and often different geographies have different requirements at origination and receiving end of the same transactions. A use of artificial intelligence and robotics built into digital platforms could be a good fit for improving operational efficiencies. We are already seeing use cases around fraud detection, transaction alerts, and compliance with KYC and sanctions in cross-border payments, thus bringing the decision-making to real time and significantly enhancing the customer experience and reducing friction in the formal money transfer ecosystem. Machine learning and natural language processing are also getting better at helping us automate the ingestion of the new regulations, which are often released in the form of a physical document or a PDF document, and convert those to digital logic, thus expediting the time to comply with new regulations where no system changes are required. So in summary, we can see the benefits are clear, the potential is enormous, and the time to act is now. HBL is committed to driving these changes, pushing the boundaries of innovation, and ensuring that the financial services are accessible to all, regardless of geographical limitations. The fundamental of the future-proof and relevant cross-border payment solutions are simple: to offer a reliable, tech-enabled platform that presents best-in-class client experience, offering transparency, speed, and cost efficiency. Let us embrace interoperability, collaborate across sectors and borders, and collectively pave the way for a brighter financial future where the world is more inclusive and interconnected. Thank you all once again for being here, for taking the time out and joining us this evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abrar Amir, the Chief Innovation and Financial Inclusion Officer at HBL, and thank you very much for wonderful keynotes as well. Now moving on, first up, how's the energy? Is everybody okay? Can we have a big round of applause for all of you guys for listening carefully? I think that's wonderful. Let's keep up the energy. But now, ladies and gentlemen, and esteemed guests and distinguished participants, I'm honored to invite a trailblazer in the realm of digital remittances to share his insights on the rise of digital remittances and how to capitalize on them. So someone who brings with him a wealth of experience spanning over decades and has been a driving force behind the transformative journey in the financial sector throughout his illustrious career with prominent financial institutions. He has consistently delivered success by pioneering simplified processes and implementing transparent and intelligent business strategies. His session today will focus on the rise of digital remittances, as I've spoken before, and how to capitalize on it. As a seasoned professional, Mr. Haider has been instrumental in ensuring seamless business operations. His initiatives include the development and implementation of protocols to guarantee adherence to regulatory standards. Moreover, he has spearheaded the automation and digitization of core banking procedures, such as account initiators, and payment handling, leading to remarkable sales deals as well. Without further ado, let's delve into the wealth of knowledge Mr. Rizwan Haider is here to share. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to a visionary leader and expert in the field of digital remittances, Mr. Rizwan Haider, Global Head Home Remittances NRP at UBL. Thank you so much for joining us.
Honorable Syed Ahsan Ali Shah, Pakistan High Commissioner to Malaysia, SBP, Pakistan government, and PRI officials, my fellow bankers, and my partners, respectable partners, Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. I would like to draw your attention to an emerging phenomena that is reshaping the landscape of financial transactions. The rise of digital remittance. In an era marked by technological advancements, we find ourselves at the crossroads of opportunities and innovation. Digital payments is something which is not a buzzword for all of us. We know what is digital remittance, but there are still many folds or many miles to cover to reach up to the real digital payments. I would like to refer COVID pandemic, which actually changed the way our world used to live, from food delivery to the office spaces. Everything changed. Remittance are no different here, and yes, it stayed resilient. With the impact of lockdowns and the closure of physical agents during the COVID, consumer quickly shifted the online and mobile payments. while sending the remittance back home. Since Pakistan is among top 10 remittance receiving countries, it is a huge opportunity for both receive as well as send to capitalize on this. All we have to do is to bring the focus and the way to manage this digital remittance in an effective way. There are some points which we all know, but I want to ponder a few here. The digital remittance must be a quick and it must be a transparent. We all know, people want to know the transactions which is being started and the exact location of those transactions, like a taxi driver, when we book a cab, so we know where the driver is and how much it's charging. So it means, we need digital solutions with a transparency. The second important thing is this must be interoperable. The old systems need to be replaced by the new systems, which should be efficient enough to process the transactions within seconds. The third one is it must have a real reach. It's not enough for a cross-border payment solutions to reach remote agents, but it must go further and reach the recipients themselves. In addition, there is almost less than 30% adults who have transactional banking accounts. This is again a challenge. However, simultaneously, this will also enable the service provider to cross other products to these customers, which will bring an additional revenues. The fourth important point is it must deliver security and compliance. For service providers, this is perhaps the biggest area of complexity and cost. As transfer speed increases, the risk of fraud also increases. The system should be capable of protecting both customers and banks, service providers' interest. The next point would be it must have added benefit compared to physical alternatives. The customer should have something when he or she transits the amount digitally other than the user experience, the cost, and the trust. These are the three factors which need to be inbuilt in the digital transaction, in the digital remittance area. One of the most important things is the educational initiatives to be taken care to create awareness. The educational sessions are very important for the remitter, just to give them a confidence that if the remitter do the transaction through digital channel, it would be safe, transparent, and process this transaction in seconds. Customer support, yes, the compliance is very important. Whenever customer needs some clarity, so there should be someone who can give the clarity to the customer. So customer support is very important. And the last, but not the least, is the market research. Stay informed about the market trends, user performance, and emerging technologies, and adopt your digital remittance strategy. So these are the few points which we should consider while having the digital remittance solution given to the remitters. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Rizwan Haider, Global Head, Home Remittance and NRP at UBL. Thank you very much for your insights as well. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I guess that we've had a lot of speakers come up over here and share their insights whenever we are to talk about the
Third Pakistan Remittance Summit. Now we have a very interesting segment, and this is where I would need or require a lot of energy of all the participants over here today. Thank you so much once again for participating. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to initiate a very special segment to the evening, and we are calling it the PRI Awards. A big round of applause, first of all. So I believe, first of all, I would love to share what the Pakistan Remittance Initiative Awards are for. The PRI Awards serve as a recognition and celebration of outstanding achievements within the framework of Pakistan Remittance Initiative. The PRI, a joint initiative of the State Bank of Pakistan, Ministry of Overseas Pakistanis and Ministry of Finance, is dedicated to facilitating and promoting the flow of remittance into Pakistan. The awards highlight and honor individuals, institutions, and initiatives that have demonstrated excellence, innovation, and significant contributions to the remittance ecosystem. And to do the honors, first up, I would like to invite the High Commissioner of Pakistan to Malaysia, His Excellency Syed Ahsan Raza Shah. Joining him will be Dr. Asif Ali, Director, Exchange Policy Department at the State Bank of Pakistan. Alongside him, I would like to invite the Head of Pakistan Remittance Initiative, Mr. Zulfiqar Ali Khokhr. And last but not the least, the representative of the Ministry of Finance, Government of Pakistan, Ms. Amna Shabbir. So see, this is where all of your hard work gets recognized. So please make sure that you clap in a way where you're happy for others as well. It does not really matter who's winning, but what we need to do is celebrate them today and recognize their hard work. And the first category of the PRI Awards is right, ladies and gentlemen, highest remittance sending financial institution to Pakistan from Malaysia. So you could have stayed there, it's perfectly okay, but thank you so much. So ladies and gentlemen, the first category, the first winner from the country Malaysia happens to be IME Malaysia. Congratulations to IME Malaysia for the highest remittance sending financial institution to Pakistan from Malaysia. Thank you so much for your contributions, IME Malaysia. Now from Malaysia, I will move on to Australia, and from Australia, the company name happens to be Sydney Forex. And from Australia, I will be moving on to Canada, where the winner happens to be Remitly. it's because of their hard work that they have achieved these milestones. I think that we can give them a big round of applause once again as well for everybody who will be on the stage today with us. Thank you so much. Now, moving on to the neighboring country of Canada, United States of America. And the company happens to be, once again, Remitly as well. I'm sorry I could have done it before, but then it wasn't really interesting. Thank you so much. Great achievement. Thank you so much. Now from United States of America, I will move on to European Union, and the winner happens to be RIA Financial Services. So we can have a prolonged version of a big round of applause, right? Meanwhile, congratulations, sir. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for doing it again, but in United Kingdom, it's once again RIA Financial Services. So much, and congratulations to you. Now from United Kingdom, I will move on to Oman, where the winner happens to be Hamdan Exchange. Thank you so much, and congratulations, Hamdan Exchange. Now from Oman, I will move on to Kuwait, where the winner happens to be Al Mullah International Exchange. Thank you so much, and congratulations, Al Mullah International Exchange. Now from Kuwait, I will move on to Bahrain with the same category, and the winner happens to be BFC. Thank you so much, sir. Right, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to BFC Easy Remit or Bahrain Financial Company Easy Remit. Thank you so much and congratulations. We're moving on from Bahrain to Qatar with the winner. Can anybody guess, though, by the way, from Qatar, who can be the winner? I think, is it a difficult question? Well, certainly that's why I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner happens to be MasterCard Transaction Services. Congratulations, MasterCard Transaction Services, and from Qatar to UAE. And the winner happens to be Al Ansari Exchange. Let's be happy for them. Let's enjoy them. Congratulations, Al Ansari Exchange. And with this category, last but not the least, moving on to KSA. And the winner happens to be Al Raji Bank. So much. Congratulations, Al Raji Bank. And with this, we come towards the end of the first category, which was the highest remittance sending financial institution to Pakistan. Now we will move on towards the second category for the PRI Awards, and that happens to be leading remittance sending financial institution to Pakistan. First up, the winner is Al Raji Bank. And I must conclude that these are the top 5 largest sending companies to Pakistan as well. Moving on, alongside Al Raji Bank, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to award Remitly once again as well, for the same reason in the second category. Congratulations, Remitly, once again. And the next winner in the category of the leading remittance sending financial institution to Pakistan happens to be RIA Financial Services. On, ladies and gentlemen, where we are talking about the top 5 largest sending companies to Pakistan. The next winner happens to be Western Union. be happy for their victories. Thank you so much and congratulations, Western Union. Last but not the least, for the same category, and the award goes to MoneyGram Payment Service International. Is there anyone representing MoneyGram Payment Service International? I guess I'll have to receive it on their behalf, and then we'll make sure that they get it as well. Thank you so much. Right now, we are going to move on towards the third category. And the third category happens to be the leading remittance mobilizing bank of Pakistan. And we obviously refer to them as the top remittance mobilizing bank of Pakistan. And the first winner happens to be Bank Al Habib Limited. Can we have the entire team over, please? So big round of applause for Bank Al Habib Limited. Congratulations, Bank Al Habib Limited. On number 2, for the top remittance mobilizing bank of Pakistan, it is HBL. So much and congratulations, HBL. On number 3, for the top remittance mobilizing bank of Pakistan, it's going to be MCB Bank Limited. Congratulations, MCB Bank Limited.
one last time for the top remittance mobilizing Bank of Pakistan. On number 4, we have Bank Al-Falah Limited. Thank you so much and congratulations, Bank Al-Falah Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, right at this moment, because Khokhr Sahab wants me to do it over here, there's another category, and the category is Highest Remittance Growth Bank of Pakistan. Let's move on towards the next category. And there's only one winner for the Highest Remittance Growth Bank of Pakistan, and that happens to be Bank Al-Falah Limited as well. Congratulations, Bank Al-Falah Limited, for being the highest remittance growth bank in Pakistan. Thank you so much, Bank Al-Falah Limited, and congratulations. So we have one more category. Congratulations to Bank Al-Falah for the highest remittance growth bank of Pakistan. But this category and this award, ladies and gentlemen, happens to be the top award when we talk about the remittance world as well. So I would want, first of all, I'm going to introduce the category. The category happens to be highest remittance mobilizing Bank of Pakistan. And I would want you to guess, which bank do you think will win the award of the highest remittance mobilizing Bank of Pakistan? Bank Al-Habib, 𝑽𝒆𝒏𝒕𝒔. So no other banks actually speaking about it as well. I think that they know the figures. They are the ones who know the numbers as well. I believe, yes. 𝑽𝒆𝒏𝒕𝒔. I guess everybody knows it already. Ladies and gentlemen, the award for the highest remittance mobilizing Bank of Pakistan, the top award of Pakistan, is going to 𝑽𝒏𝒏𝒕𝒔. I was expecting louder round of applause as well, for United Bank Limited. 𝑽𝒏𝒏𝒕𝒔, congratulations for getting the top award of Pakistan for the highest remittance mobilizing Bank of Pakistan.
RBL should clap for themselves as well. You guys have done a great job. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, we reach towards the end of the PRI Awards. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you so much, Dr. Asif Ali. Thank you so much, Mr. Zulfiqar. And thank you so much, Ms. Amna, for gracing the occasion. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for all the winners. Let's do it together. Come on. Sigh of relief for me too as well. But there's this one gentleman I would like to invite over here on stage for one last time. And then it's over to him for whatever he wants to say or whoever he wants to invite. But let me tell you about him. I would like to call upon a gentleman who has been at the forefront of Pakistan Super League or any other league across borders, may it be Lankan Premier League, may it be any other league internationally, happens to be the Chief Executive Officer of T10 Cricket League as well. But not just that. Imagine that from last 5 years, he has been pivotal with remittance initiatives in collaboration with State Bank of Pakistan and all other commercial banks. Creating a niche for cross-border marketing remittance initiative, he's the guy who made it possible for all of us to be here today and contribute towards the economic prosperity of the country. Happens to be the Chief Executive Officer of the Innovative Production Group and out and about. Ladies and gentlemen, he is that one particular person that we are all here and we see all of this happening today as well. Let's give him a big round of applause, and he happens to be Mr. Jawad Ghulam Rasool. Thank you so much.
How are you doing? I'm absolutely perfect. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. I'm actually overwhelmed today because this opportunity which is given to me by the PRI department and the 8 top banks of Pakistan, it's not a project or an event for me. It's basically an idea to represent, a reason to represent your country, yourself, in front of almost everybody from different part of the world. So thank you, PRI, thank you, all the banks, all the major banks. You gave us faith. You gave us a reason that we are here, and apart from all the timelines and whatever the time what we have over here, and especially this whole thing what you have seen right now, I just don't want to tell exactly and all the details what we actually do over here to make you guys proud of what we are here for. But this all what we have done here, it's not a one single person contribution. So it starts to believe in the team. And when we say team, it's not a team which you have, it's a team which you need to build. So working with your team and then coordination with another team and another team, that needs a lot of faith on each other. So that is one faith which is provided to me by PRI and all the 8 banks. Thank you so very much. I would like to thank a lot of Mr. Ahsan Raza Sahab, Zulfiqar Ali Khokhr Sahab, Dr. Asif Sahab, and Ms. Amna Shabbir, especially the embassy, the mission here, along with Adil Sahab and the team members. They have really put a lot of hard work in terms of understanding, in terms of believing in us. And with their presence, we are actually able to deliver what you have seen in the past 2-3 days. And definitely you're going to experience some more things coming up. Don't want to take much time, but I really want to invite the IPG group and Out and About events team to come on the stage. And I would like, please, we need support for the people who have make your stay comfortable, who make your flights comfortable, who will actually able to see this kind of innovative event in the city of Kuala Lumpur. So I would like to ask Mr. Umair, event director, please come on the stage. Rubab Hassan, the creator, the curator, and the concept director of the whole PRI summit. Mr. Faisal Ansari, the event logistic director. Mariam Khan, Director Business and PR, Yasser Usman, our team, basically for the production, what you've been seeing here, and basically Ali Jalani. Where is Ali Jalani? Ali, please. And I also want to appreciate, the back-end team in Pakistan, which Bakas, Isha, and our digital team, which works day and night to create such an event for you.
Jawad bhai, I'm really sorry, but this was supposed to be a surprise for you and for your entire team. But we have an award to give away to your entire team as well. And for that, I would like to invite the head of Pakistan Remittance Initiative, Mr. Zulfiqar Ali Khokhr, to please do the honors and give it away to the IPG and its team. I think a bigger round of applause. That's what they deserve. Thank you. Thank you so much. You guys have been fantastic, brilliant, at the forefront of making us understand each and every bit of it. The stay is superb, the food's nice, we're loving it over here. और तालियां बनती हैं इसके ऊपर. And Jawad bhai, you can come back to the mic whenever you want now. Jawad bhai, I'll request you to please take out the shield as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I also, at the same time, before going towards the closing remarks of this event, I would like to invite Mr. Hakan Khan, Global Head FI and Remittance HBL. Hakan Saab will come and actually explain and cherish and do the closing ceremony for this event. Thank you so much, sign off Jawad Ghulam. So thank you, everybody.
So, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, very good evening to you all. We're now coming to a close of this, in my opinion, outstanding event. Really lovely 2 days, a lot of discussions, a lot of insights that has happened. Personally, for me, a key theme which is coming out of this summit is that we deliver together. I can't do it, you can't do it alone. We have to do it together. And the way is for us to display teamwork, to rely on each other, and as he so aptly put it, to trust each other so that we can reach those goals and targets which Mr. Khokhr has so defined for us tonight. So with this, I would like to extend a huge heartfelt thank you to all the originating partners, without whose help this cannot be done. And similarly, a great thank you to all the distribution banks that are present here, and obviously the patronage and the guidance which is shown by the State Bank of Pakistan, and behind the scenes, which is not too obvious, the Ministry of Finance, which is there supporting us in our cause, and I'm very happy, and I think all of us are very happy to see an official, a representative here for the first time contributing to this summit. There's one other category which did not get an award, but I think we must appreciate that. The 8 banks who are here, they had coordinators. And I know all of them. They all have day jobs, but they were working the evenings, the late nights, the coordinators who ensured that all the coordination was done, our flights were booked, our hotel rooms were booked, we were well fed, well taken care of. So please, a big round of applause for all the coordinators. have a dinner which is going to follow this, and obviously an outing tomorrow. But most importantly, I think we would request your continued support and participation, and inshallah going into 2024, and especially looking forward to the summit of 2024. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khaqan, for your closing note. Obviously, it was very warm to see that you thanked each and every bit of it as well for everybody who's contributed to the Remittance Summit. And me as a host or an anchor person, it always is this way that I'm a part of every team myself. So if you think that I've done a great job today, give me a big round of applause too. Thank you so much. Feels great. Shukr, alhamdulillah. But ladies and gentlemen, before I say that we can have dinner together and socialize, we are going to shift gears as well. Right after dinner, there's going to be a fantastic musical performance. So right after dinner, come back because we are going to enjoy over Pakistani music today. Thank you so much. Please, let's have dinner together.